Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
What is the difference between a Democrat and a socialist?
The greatest crisis today is not the Middle East, it's not Iraq or Syria, but it's climate change.
All the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.
The big government lovers painted a picture of doom and gloom in 2011.
The future must not belong to those who slander the prophet of Islam.
We see it in the STEM program. You know, people have talked about this STEM program being such a great deal.
Welcome to the Abolitionist Roundtable, your all-access pass to the 2016 Black Conservative Revolution. Join the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, here are your hosts, Del Marsh, Phil Stargell, and Janice Daniels.
Well, good morning. Thank you for joining the Abolitionist Roundtable. Greetings, WAM listeners. This is your host, Del Marsh, sitting in the driver's seat. I have a man that's in this area that's been reigned supreme. Matter of fact, they used to call Cassius Clay the heavyweight champion of the world. I would say that my guy, Phil Stargell, is one of the heavyweight champions here. And on the Saturday morning shows in this market right here, and then I have in the other corner the champion of all women, champion of real women's rights, not these phony rights. I have the greatest mayor to ever hold the office, Mayor Janice Daniels, and I have breaking news, folks. I don't know if you've seen it last night. I was disappointed because most of us, we held our nose and we supported and we voted for this guy right here. His name is Mitt Romney. I was so disappointed in some of the talking points that he gave the left. Absolutely, it is talking points. He said some things that, I mean, I don't, you know, it's just hard to grasp when I watch this on CNN, some of the things that he would say about Donald Trump. It was just 4 years ago that he was hugging him and thanking him, Phil, Mayor, thanking him for his support, thanking him and letting people know how great of a businessman he was, and how great of a business champion he was. And then he turned around and he used something that the left created, this word trickle down. Yes. Trickle down. So I want to start the show off here. I want to do one more thing before we play number 310, the soundbite 310, Derek. But I want to do some housekeeping, folks, because today, this month is a fundraising month. So if you like this show, we need your support. And so all month, over and over and over, I'm gonna have to mention. Go to our website at artofmichigan.com. And within the next week or so, you should receive, if you're on our mailing list, you should receive a letter in the mail. It's going to ask you to support this show so that we can keep the show moving, not moving forward, but to keep the show moving, keep the show growing, keep the show expanding. And so it's a lot of things that we like to do. We're going to keep doing them. We still have some people that support us, and we want to thank you for being a supporter. One of the biggest supporters of this show is Phil Stargell. Phil Stargell is a big giver to the Abolitionist Roundtable. So I want to thank Phil for being a big giver to the Abolitionist Roundtable to keep this show on the air, keep this show moving, for us to send out mailers, to send out T-shirts to people, send out all kind of different literature that people request from us. Second, I want to mention, go to our website, artofmichigan.com. I want you to network our shows, please. It's a YouTube logo that's right to your right. I want you to click on that. You can pull up all our archives of shows, all of them, and then forward them to all your friends and family. I want you to listen to them and then forward to a friend. All right, now let's get into it, folks, because Are we gonna lose this republic? No, we're not, because with all us right here that's in the studio standing guard, we're gonna do the very best that we can, to protect this republic. But again, I had to, if I could name this, the name of this show, because once they put it on YouTube, I like for it to I need trigger words, and I had to come up with, this is part 2 of Are We Living in Twilight Zone? Are we living in Twilight? Some things is just unreal, Phil. Yeah. Very unreal. I'm telling you, what I seen, Newt, I was going to say, Newt, when I just heard from Mitt Romney, I just could not believe the things that I was hearing. In addition to HUGH HEWITT. HUGH HEWITT said, well, we're going to let them speak for themselves. So we're going to start the show, dear. Can you play 310? And then I want you to call us in. I wanted you to give your opinion on what the establishment liberal Mitt Romney said.
But what would the people call these people?
Yes.
I know a lot of people want to call them rhinos and stuff like that. But there's a better term for them, and I'll give you that term.
Okay, great. All right, 310, Derek.
I don't want to see trickle-down racism.
I
don't want to see a president of the United States saying things which change the character of the generations of Americans that are following. Presidents have an impact on the nature of our nation. And trickle-down racism, trickle-down bigotry, trickle-down misogyny, all these things are extraordinarily dangerous to the heart and character of America. And so I'm not looking for Mr. Trump to change a policy that more aligns with my own. This is not a matter of just policy. It's more a matter of character and integrity.
You think he's a racist?
Oh, I think his comments time and again appeal to the racist tendency that exists in some people, and I think that's very dangerous.
Wow. Okay.
Phil, what's your word?
Subcontractor. They subcontracted these Republicans to do the dirty work of the Democrats. You notice Hillary hasn't gone so far as to say that Trump is a racist.
Mm-hmm. No, she hasn't.
This guy just allowed Wolf Blitzer to put in to use him to call Trump a racist.
That's right.
That's what he just did.
Yeah.
And so that they had to subcontract that work out because, Hillary and
that's a good point, because they brought in an establishment Republican for him to say his own words. Now the Hillary campaign can create sound bites.
The other subcontractor, Paul Rand. See, these guys are subcontractors. Mm-hmm. The original subcontractor. Colin Powell.
Yes, absolutely.
Colin Powell started all of this nonsense that if you oppose immigration, that you're a racist. And what we've got now is they've taken the language so far as to say that anytime you oppose upholding our laws of this country,
and that's all he's promoting. Upholding laws, upholding the Constitution.
And the only way they could get it to be universal like this if they had to get the people within the Republican Party to do it. So they subcontracted these guys out and put them up front.
I wonder why Mitt Romney isn't talking about the trickle-down bloodbath that's happening as a result of Hillary Clinton's failed foreign policy, with the heads that are being cut off, or the trickle-down destruction of the American economy by this influx of refugee resettlement going on secretly behind the people's backs. So, if Mitt Romney wants to talk about trickle-down, I think there's a lot of other things. Like
has not been outspoken about this at all.
Nothing. Trickle-down bloodbath of the 4 people that were murdered in Tel Aviv this past Wednesday. Where's the outrage from the establishment Republican Party? I would like to know.
Now, just use that term, trickle down. That goes back to the Reagan, when Reagan walked out of Lebanon after the bombing there. The Democrats use that. They bring that up every time. Now
he did use it. Yep. Absolutely. That is a liberal term that he used to describe Donald Trump's racism.
And Mitt Romney ties the failure in the Middle East not to Hillary Clinton, not to Barack Obama, but to Ronald Reagan with trickle down, using that term.
That's right.
Right.
That, and so they subcontracted these guys to insert this in, and now we're trying to battle years of settled diplomacy that Ronald Reagan did, whether you like it or not. That's in the past. Hillary is today. We're struggling with Benghazi. We're struggling with the relationship between the Russians and the United States. And all of this is not because of some trickle-down notion that the Democrats invented in the first place.
Yes.
Then they turn around and allow our party heads to use the term to taint all of the progress that's been made by Reagan and make it even further degraded his image and his legacy, which Barack Obama is fighting hard not to have anybody degrade his legacy.
Yeah, that's why, again, this is why he said that, for the next 2 years, he already renting a house or leasing a house that's going to be in Washington. He's going to stay there no matter who's in office to protect his legacy, because behind the scenes, some of the things that we know that we reported, of course, but there's other things that we have no idea that he did, that he's still going to stay in Washington to protect, Phil. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that he's still going to stay behind to protect. He's still going to, and not just that. What Romney said, this trickle down. This is false. This is absolutely false. Every word that he said was false, and Mitt Romney is a phony. He's a fraud. He's a progressive. Phil, matter of fact, he disenfranchised millions of people that voted for him, Phil, 4 years ago.
Yes, exactly.
4 years ago, he disrespected. I mean, myself,